rank the window still as a whole. 4 in, Godfrey, Philogene, Julio Enciso, and Alex Palmer. Take it away. Out of 10.
5? Is that too low? I don't know. 6. Ben Godfrey is... I remember my instant reaction to that was, why? And then we kind of came... I think I ultimately went, well, it's an opportunistic signing, and he's got Premier League experience, and he's a foreign loan, so he doesn't count towards limits. So, okay, they've gone for it. But now kind of seeing him sit on the bench for the last few games and Axel Tuanzebe playing well at right back, they've switched more towards a back four against Southampton. If that stays in place, hard to kind of see where he fits in. Of course, only takes an Axel Tuanzebe injury, which, he has had injury issues in the past. He's had a hamstring issue. He comes back in, but you'd signed Ben Godfrey back in... Ben Johnson back in the summer as well, who we all thought was going to be a sort of a week in, week out starter. So hard to kind of see as time's gone on why they've done that and where he fits in. Philogene, as we've said in the pod we've already sort of done today, he's not covered himself in glory so far. Very early days, of course, but was that the best way for Ipswich to spend £20 million? Time will tell on that one. Of course, he could go on to be a fantastic little footballer for the football club for years to come yet. So we have to withhold judgment there. Enciso's been really exciting so far, hasn't he, on the brief glimpses that we've seen, and will hopefully give them a bit of star quality in attack. And the goalkeeper situation, we're going to have to see, aren't we? But there is just those nagging doubts that a couple of prime positions haven't been sorted, haven't been fortified as much as we would have all liked, I think.
Good word. I like that word. I'll make a note of that quickly, just for future reference. Alex Jones, come really formal there. How would you rank this January transfer window out of 10?
Line you up in case you want to clip it. I'd go 6, I think. My concern is that it's muddled. It does feel a little bit that way. And I have a more limited experience of this, but from my overview of what Game Changer 20 transfer windows and Mark Ashton transfer windows are like, they aren't muddled. It's going out and getting the right players to strengthen team in the right areas. And I'm not 100% sure that this window's done that. Again, the Ben Godfrey move was a little bit confusing at the time. I thought that Axel was going to be out for longer than he was. If I'd known that Axel was coming back as quickly as he was, I think at the time I really would have been like, what? Why? I thought that it was going to be a case of having to spend a long time easing him back into play. So the fact that we're now seeing him start games, and he has done for, the last 2 he started and had a cameo the week before, that makes the Ben Godfrey situation strange. I feel that Town have potentially gone into this situation not knowing for sure whether they want to play 3 centre-backs or 4, because some of the recruitment, like Ben Godfrey, feels like a recruitment for playing 3 natural centre-backs, whereas the attackers in Enciso and Philogene indicate it's a 4. I feel that kind of muddled feeling has kind of dragged on from the summer as well. That is hindsight, because we sat here talking about the summer saying it was really good, but in hindsight now, when you're not sure with what the formation is, it does feel muddled again. And then with the 3 areas, 2 of them that have come up late, that they've looked to strengthen: the striker, the right winger, which is one of the late ones, and then the goalkeeper. Going for the goalkeeper, I understand it, but I am concerned about being short in other areas. I am concerned about maybe a lack of the right profile in midfield. So, yeah, I think 6 is a generous 6, to be honest, because it's the first Ipswich Town transfer window I've had where there is that concern there. But some of it, to me, doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'm just left more than anything, as I'm sure most fans will feel, disappointed with what hasn't been able to happen because we all came into January having pinpointed some, probably at least a couple of key areas which haven't been strengthened.
Yeah, they get a 2 from me. It's not a striker. I'm joking. But yeah, it was disappointing. But it's a hard window, isn't it, Stu? January, just not many deals been made really in the Premier League. If you really go through every club, not many deals been had.
Yeah, a very, very quiet transfer window. I think the whole financial landscape has changed in recent years, hasn't it? With PSR and people being mindful of the punishments that have come. They've kept hold of Liam Delap for a while leading up to this window. Everyone was getting a little bit twitchy that United, Tottenham, Chelsea, etc. were all getting linked. That will come again in the summer, but Ipswich, Kieran McKenna very quickly kind of poured cold water on that and said it's not happening this month, that's for sure. So that's good. I guess it's just the balance of the squad ultimately that they've left, and that sort of muddled feel that Alex talks about, I guess, comes from sometimes you don't know how events are going to unfold. They tried to get Philogene in the summer, they couldn't. They ultimately then went and got Jack Clark. Now Philogene becomes available again. Well, we really wanted him, so we'll get him, but now you're left with both. Nathan Broadhead, probably at one stage you were thinking maybe heading for the exit door. Now he's got in the team and is looking like he belongs in the Premier League. And all of a sudden, with those three and Sammy Schmodix and Enciso, you've got 5 players who all naturally want to play in that inside left position, which is too many, really. Balance would be the key word in terms of how this squad's kind of been left. Ultimately, they've just about got 2 players for most positions, but whether it will be enough for these next 14 games remains to be seen. The bigger question is also then how you navigate things at the end of the season as well, because there's going to be some difficult situations around some of these positions that we've discussed to try and sort of thin out a little bit.